The Lady's Companion is a really solid show, and an excellent example of how to take a simple concept and absolutely run with it. While the story does have some flaws, and the ending baits for a sequel, there's a lot of enjoyment to be had across these 8 episodes. Dreamy, colourful and undeniably vibrant, the show mixes its unique aesthetic with the same vibes and scandalous romance that made Bridgerton such a hit. This Spanish series is a decidedly different spicy treat though, one that tingles the taste buds but doesn't quite have that kick needed to really knock you off your feet. Spice analogies aside though, The Lady's Companion is set in 1880s Madrid, and the plot centres on chaperone Elena Bianda, who works to find suitable bachelors for her clientele. Her clients happen to be impressionable women across Spain, waiting for Prince Charming to sweep them off their feet. Elena's matchmaking role largely makes her an outsider when it comes to romance, essentially playing the puppet master without ever getting hit with Cupid's arrow or becoming entangled in those strings herself. Well, until now anyway. The plot really picks up with Elena finding a new family, which quickly comes in the form of Pedro Mencia's 3 daughters. Cristina, Carlota and Sarah are all very different girls, and each require a slightly different tactic to work with. However, a spanner is thrown in the works here in the form of Pedro's handsome godson, Santiago. Elena and Santiago immediately have crackling chemistry from the off, verbally sparring and trading banter, all whilst we learn that Santi's dreamy eyes are actually turned towards Cristina, whom he's been pining over for a long time. Unfortunately, Cristina doesn't see her bestie this way, and instead is completely smitten with her current boyfriend, Eduardo. Most of the season centres on Cristina's exploits and growing conundrum with love, especially when what appears to be a straightforward proposal turns into something of a catastrophe, as secrets are revealed and Elena scrambles to clean up the mess. Inevitably, Santiago and Cristina grow closer, but interestingly he also gets closer to Elena too, setting up an intriguing little love triangle. If that wasn't enough, we also have an old flame from Elena's past rock up in town called Gabriel. This quartet dance around their feelings for much of the 8 episodes, but while the show hints at some big drama and fiery confrontations to finish things off with a bang, the end result isn't quite as scandalous and fiery as you may be expecting. Sure, there's still drama here, but those going into this wanting soap opera level fights and big arguments like you'd see in telenovelas are likely to come away disappointed. In essence, The Lady's Companion really works as a series of 2 halves. The first half is fantastic, with really solid plotting and setups for big drama, alongside a confident, vibrant tone that grips you through every twist and turn. The midway point and beyond is where the cracks start to show though. The series very much flatlines and never steps up a gear to deliver the big payoffs you're expecting. Take Alicia, for example. Fellow chaperone and Elena's rival, Alicia spends much of her time scheming from the shadows. She soon learns about Gabriel's connections to Elena and a secret involving Santiago, but then she never acts on that. In fact, although Alicia does get some resolution to her arc by the finale, there's nowhere near enough here to make her a solid volley to Elena's plans, making her a bit of a useless character overall. Conversely, we have Carlota, and her angle largely falls into delightfully sinister dark trickster sister, which works surprisingly well against the pastel colours and bright vibrant tone. But then the show never quite knows what to do with her beyond some gags and light comedy relief. The same, however, can't be said for Sarah. She's a studious sibling that branches out on her own, and while there are glimmers of sexism and classism thrown into her storyline, it all feels very perfunctory and not particularly dramatic for the time we spend with her. Sarah also seems to drift off into the background towards the end, at least romance-wise, despite some promise of scandal early on, which is a shame given she winds up finding a like-minded soul that's not given much screen time at all. Maybe this is being saved for season 2, or maybe the writers weren't quite sure how to juggle the bickering but loyal sister angle with a more free-spirited individual arc for her, but the result is a character that's not quite at the same level as the others and feels very half-baked. Back to the main drama though, and where The Lady's Companion excels is with its execution. The pastel colours, the dreamy detailed sets and the sound design are all fantastic. Honestly, the aesthetic in this period drama could be one of the best this year. There's such a unique character oozing through every interior in this show, and the art team deserve a lot of credit for what they put together here. The tone largely falls into soapy drama territory, with a dollop of romance and comedy for good measure on the side. side. There are genuinely funny moments here, and the fourth wall breaks are smartly included as a way of subverting expectations. One way it does that is with the intro to each episode. The chapters here begin with a lesson designed for ladies of the era, and the themes of each chapter largely play into this, tying everything together in a fun, cheeky and thematic way. One chapter looks at the significance of fans, for example, and in this episode we see Elena frantically communicating with Santi using a fan. It's a shame then that for all of this good work, the Ladies' Companion doesn't quite make good on its promise of fiery drama from the off. There's a lot to like with this show, especially given how well the series built up its characters and ensuing romance. There's an undeniable charm and uniqueness oozing through every episode, and you'll be gripped right from the off. Despite a few narrative wobbles and those aforementioned payoffs, The Ladies' Companion is a super enjoyable series. It's witty, romantic, and well paced across its 8-episode run. It definitely deserves a second season based on this showing, which hasn't been renewed at the time of recording this, and for those looking for a period drama akin to the same tone and vibe of Bridgerton or Dickinson, should find enough here to whet the appetite. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.